Welcome to my playthrough of Diablo 2's Season 2. So, I messed up in a lot of ways. I messed up by rolling this Amazon. If you watched the last video, you will have seen that I was creating this account to just play some Diablo 2, and in the meantime, after playing a good number of hours, I was just kind of actually, I've played a whole ass character and not recorded a load of it. So we're starting again. But before we start again, let's take this Amazon out for a quick little spin. Grab the leg. Grab a tomb. Leg, tomb. It's also terrorized. Yeah, I really enjoyed making this Amazon. It's kind of half inspired me to... Oh, that's going to be 4 socketed and Eth, isn't it? No, 3 and nothing. Yeah, really enjoyed making this Amazon. So I think that is going to be probably what I'm going to be looking at doing. But I've made a whole character. Look, I've got Titans. I don't think they're good Titans, but they're Titans nonetheless. Got an Ancient's Pledge, Treachery, a Peace, a Law. But yeah, I went away and made, on accident, a whole character. And I realised I didn't tell any of the story of this character. I didn't tell the story of finding an rune in Nightmare. I didn't tell the story of finding all these runes. I didn't tell the story of someone coming in into a free game and dropping a vampire's gaze. And... making a spirit. I didn't tell the story of any of this building up of this character. And I think what I want to do with this series is really aim to find out why people play Diablo 2. I kind of know why I've got to this stage of playing Diablo 2, but I really want to explore that, and I'm going to do that by starting afresh. Goodbye, Pokey. It's been fun. Goodbye, Wind Your Neck In. Goodbye, Obituary. So we start again, this time with a fresh character. Pokey 2. Ladder, bigger and better. Oh, we still keep our shared stash. Free stuff. Well, let's just join the game free stuff. This feels like the right way to do it. Shame I deleted those Titans on accident. But yeah, giving back to the... No one's picked up the room yet. I feel like this is the only way to actually truly reset an account. I need to somehow get rid of all this money as well. Oh, this is going to take forever. Oh, do you know what? We can start with money. It's not good for too much at this beginning. So, our adventure starts anew. This is the story of Pokey 2. So our first criteria, our first thing we want to do is, of course, it's going to be take out the Den of Evil. But after that, we've got actual big goals. We need to go and basically normal. We need to finish normal before we can really do much of anything. You can start, I found you can start getting some okay items in Nightmare, and there's a few areas that are kind of worth. I dropped my scroll. I'll just go in. There's a few areas that are actually half worth farming and Nightmare, so we can like develop a bit of money there, get a few trades on the go, build up our character. Our first big goal is obviously going to be clearing the game though. Normal, Nightmare, Hell. I plan on no rushes, because I think it's not just all about the endgame grind for me, although that is a place I want to be in. I kind of want just an account with a couple of decent characters on it. An account that forces me to learn some characters, learn the game really well. And yeah, we'll just sort of take it from there, and I want to play stuff I've not played before as well. I think last time I started off with a Hydra Orb. I know I've just recently played an Amazon, but I was really enjoying it, so it doesn't take too long to build back up to that spot. But yeah, we started with a Hydra Orb, and I've played like Sorceress plenty of times. I don't need to be playing more Sorceress these days, so let's like explore like a few characters that are semi-decent. I want like to be able to, I don't know, I think like Ubers is an obvious one. Gearing up characters, being able to farm certain areas well, like all of the standard Diablo stuff. I want to get into that, and I want to explore what keeps people coming back to this game after 20 years. Why are people still playing this game over Diablo 3, for instance? I'm just interested in why people play different games to the level that they do, and I think this game has kind of got its hooks into me massively at the moment, so let's like try and figure that out. Corpse Fire. We'll be seeing you again at least 3 more times. God, Frozen sucks on melee. Den of Evil cleared. So, leveling up wise, we're going to be doing Lightning Amazon again. I just really enjoy that sort of play style where it's kind of like stand back and do a lot of damage and just wipe out massive mobs. It does really come a bit unstuck against certain things, but I think we've got that to do. We've got gearing up to do, so we've got some like really short-term aims. Like anything we can get at this stage is going to be beneficial. Even like certain blue items might be like a genuine massive upgrade for us, so it's going to be very worthwhile to really push for grabbing everything we can. That's the other thing, we will be trading as well. I think it's such a key element of the game and how people play it that I want to experience it and get an idea of the economy. I have some idea that I'm developing, but like it's, when I first played this game, the SOJ was the currency of choice for many people. Bugger. But these days, oh, money's not an issue, is it? I'm not going to use the money to level up though, but I'm going to use it to buy some tombs. So we can buy low level gear with money, but we shan't do that at this stage. I'll give myself 10 grand. This is, or 30 grand, whatever it is. That's our max money now. But yeah, now ists are like the value of the day. I was considering doing solo self-found, which is where you play the game with no trading or no multiplayer. But I'm just not masochist enough for that. I've just misleveled up already. Don't want to in jab. Wanted to wait for power strike. It's fine. We can sort it later. I do love the early game. Just like every little find you get is like, ooh, is this going to be beneficial? I mean, poison length reduced. It's not good. But it certainly can be used on Dariel. Just leveled up and put some 5 levels into Dex because we hit level 5. And Dex is one of those things that's not like that useful, but because we're melee, it means we can hit better. We're not going to miss as many attacks, which is obviously just like a DPS increase at this stage. But also, most of the time you just ignore that, but because we are also going to be a javelin user, we need to be able to wield our titans when we get them. because that's going to be an early-ish target for us. So just a little preparing ahead, but we need to be, you know, rounded on these stats. We want some vitality. We want to be in good health, and we want some strength so we can carry stuff. So something I like to do, and you probably noticed it when I was doing that free giveaway, but keeping the amethysts and all the chip gems and things like that, they're useful for cube recipes. And actually, when I was playing in the Amazon before, I got a pull room for 20 perfect gems, which was what I traded then for my titans. So collecting these is going to be sort of 101 to getting where we want to go with all this sort of stuff. We got our tree. We got our scroll. We're going to get our cane. 10 cold resist, we'll take it. To Tristram.
It's as if a great war were fought here.
To cane. I have a weird habit in Tristram. Like, you don't have to do this, but I always grab the leg because I'm gonna go and do. When you finish a difficulty, you gotta cap it off with some cows. I've taken a skill in Poison Jav. I need to. It's like a required thing to get the Lightning Fury and all that. So I've taken it, but I think maybe should. Oh, I now need one in Power Strike as well. Basically, at this stage of leveling, for this character, it's just going through the skill tree and picking up stuff. So it's not too complicated whatsoever. But yeah, some builds require you to actually like really min-max this point, otherwise they're really weak, or like do a lower end build that's good in normal and then respec in hell when you get certain skills or a certain amount of skill points. But this build, I ran it through all the way to hell, and it was fine. Ah, the tower. So this is our first Countess run. I actually don't have any poison potions or anything, so this might be a little tricky. Clutch level up. Telith. We want Teleth, but I suppose it's part of the way there. Anything good in here? So that starts our rune collection. So we're starting the grind to get some basic rune words so we can like get that early boost to our character, which should make like the rest of this act fairly easy. So I need a 2-socket armor. You go for the higher defense. Doesn't really make a difference. Let's do it. This charge strike is like a genuine upgrade. I know it's not one we'll need to hold on to for ever, but it's going to be beneficial to getting through this normal playthrough. Some more poison resist on the belt, which is nice. Oh my god, I have wine. Well, I didn't know that button existed. So we want to be taking everything in our passage tree, because things like this, it's 18% dodge straight away for 1 skill point. Like, this is all just one-hit wonders. 1-point wonders. That's what the people call it in the community. I know this game. I'm basically making it for the faster run walk. Cast rate doesn't belong to us, but the hit recovery, dexterity, mana, stamina, and poison resist are all useful. So it's like a rune word that would do us until we can get a piece. But peace is going to be like a minute away because I don't think it's easy to like get the runes off normal countess for that, and I don't want to be a normal countess forever. So the other thing I like to do whilst leveling up a character is save all your rejuves that you pick up. because they can be crafted later into full rejues, which are really useful in Hell. And we unlock a new spell. Lightning Bolt. Go away. Magically converts your javelin into a bolt of lightning. 75% weapon damage, 100% physical damage to elemental. And this is our first one that is a direct link to Lightning Fury, which gets +1% from it. Well, no, charge Power Strike does as well. Yeah. So this is all benefiting our endgame build, which is the nice thing about these bonuses that are connected to the other skills. It does mean that, like, when you start leveling up, you are still like actually developing your endgame character. Not always, but enough of the time. And Dariel, our first boss. We actually kind of do half need to be careful. Half. Do we? Maybe less careful than I was anticipating. I mean, we did half health with that. The Javazon is extremely good. There we go. And Dariel done. Act 1 completed. And we get a sapphire for our hard work. Our first short-term task is done. What's next? Well, put it simply, it's Act 2. There isn't, like, too much to it. There's no, like, grand plan at this moment in time apart from to finish normal. And then after normal, it's Nightmare. We might have a bit of a semi-grand plan after that point, but you know. One step at a time. Let's go and get our cube.